Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Seperti yang kita ketahui bersama bahwa reproduksi sel atau pembelahan sel terdiri dari dua macam. Yang pertama adalah pembelahan secara langsung yang kita sebut dengan amitosis. Dan yang kedua adalah pembelahan tidak langsung, yaitu mitosis dan meiosis. Oke, kita bahas satu persatu ya. Dan kali ini kita hanya akan membahas amitosis. Amitosis adalah pembelahan secara langsung. Amitosis adalah pembelahan tanpa melalui tahap-tahap pembelahan. Amitosis disebut sebagai pembelahan biner karena membelah dari 1 menjadi 2, 2 menjadi 4, 4 menjadi 8, dan seterusnya. Terjadi pada organisme prokariotik yang belum mempunyai inti sel, contohnya bakteri dan ganggang biru atau cyanophyta. Kita bahas mekanisme dari amitosis. Kalian perhatikan gambar ya. Nah, yang pertama itu adalah kromosom bakteri menempel pada membran plasma. Selanjutnya, kromosom berduplikasi atau menggandakan diri. Gambar yang kedua menunjukkan protein FTSZ atau filamenting temperatur sensitif mutan Z berpindah ke bagian tengah sel dan membentuk cincin. Selanjutnya, pada gambar yang ketiga, kalian perhatikan ya, membran plasma melekuk ke dalam membagi sel menjadi dua bagian yang sama. Nah, pada tahap yang terakhir, terbentuknya dinding sel baru di antara sel-sel anak sehingga menjadi dua bagian yang sama, menjadi dua bagian sel yang sama persis dengan induknya. Seperti yang kita ketahui bersama, mitosis adalah pembelahan tidak langsung. Pembelahan yang melalui tahap-tahap pembelahan. Mitosis terjadi pada sel tubuh atau sel somatis. Mitosis merupakan bagian dari siklus sel. Mitosis menghasilkan dua sel anak yang mempunyai jumlah kromosom sama dengan jumlah kromosom induknya. Misalnya, kalau induknya diploid 2N, maka akan menghasilkan dua sel anak yang diploid. Kalau haploid, menghasilkan dua sel anak yang haploid. Selanjutnya, kita akan membahas tentang siklus sel. Kalian perhatikan gambar ya. Siklus sel terdiri dari dua tahapan. Yang pertama adalah tahap interfase, yaitu fase persiapan pembelahan sel. Selanjutnya, yang kedua adalah mitosis, tahap-tahap pembelahan. Kita bahas satu persatu ya. Yang pertama adalah fase interfase, merupakan fase persiapan pembelahan. Interfase merupakan fase terlama dalam siklus sel. Kalian perhatikan gambar ya. Bisa dilihat bahwa fase interfase terdiri dari 3 macam tahapan. Yang pertama adalah fase G1 atau gap atau growth 1, merupakan fase pertumbuhan primer. Yang kedua adalah fase S, yaitu sintesis DNA, fase replikasi DNA. Dan yang ketiga adalah fase G2 atau gap atau growth 2, yaitu fase pertumbuhan sekunder, fase di mana terbentuknya organel-organel sel. Selanjutnya kita akan membahas tahapan mitosis. Untuk menghafalkannya, tahapan mitosis terdiri dari promeate. Apa itu? Profase, M-nya metafase, A-nya anafase, dan T-nya adalah telofase. Kita akan bahas satu persatu ya. Yang pertama, pada tahapan mitosis yang pertama yaitu profase. Bisa kalian lihat gambar, fase profase ini adalah fase paling lama di mitosis. Profase terjadi perubahan kromatin, yaitu benang-benang tipis menjadi menebal menjadi kromosom dan menduplikasi menjadi kromatid. Nukleolus mulai menghilang. Pada profase terbentuk benang-benang spindle dari kedua sentromer yang saling berjauhan. Tahapan yang kedua adalah tahap metafase. Meta itu artinya tengah ya. Coba kalian perhatikan gambar. Jadi metafase cirinya adalah kromosom bergerak dan berjajar di tengah sel atau di bidang ekuator. Tahap selanjutnya adalah tahap anafase. Kalian perhatikan gambar ya. Pada tahap anafase, ternyata masing-masing kromosom bergerak menuju ke arah kutub yang berlawanan. Selanjutnya, tahap yang terakhir adalah tahap telofase. Kalian perhatikan gambar ya. Pada tahap telofase terbentuk kembali nukleolus. Pada telofase terbentuk kembali kromatin atau benang-benang tipis. Kemudian membran inti terbentuk kembali. Selanjutnya pada telofase terjadi 2 tahapan. Yang pertama adalah karyokinesis, yaitu pembagian inti sel. Yang kedua adalah sitokinesis, yaitu pembagian sitoplasma diikuti dengan pembentukan sekat sehingga menjadi 2 sel anak. Oke, demikian tadi.
An adult human contains an estimated 100 trillion cells, and yet we start life as a single cell. To grow, develop, and repair tissue damage, we rely on cell division. In eukaryotic cells, this process is accomplished by a series of well-orchestrated steps called mitosis. Every day our bodies must produce millions of skin cells to replace those lost through normal activity. Each of these cells must have a complete complement of the genetic material. Prior to cell division, where the cell divides into 2 identical cells, the DNA needs to be replicated so that each daughter cell receives an exact copy. Following DNA replication, the chromosomes condense in the nucleus of the cell. DNA condenses by wrapping around cores of histone proteins, forming nucleosomes. This beads on a string structure is called chromatin. As a cell prepares to divide, chromatin coils up further, shortening and condensing the chromosome. The replicated chromosomes are called sister chromatids. The replication of DNA and the formation of sister chromatids is one part of the entire cell cycle. To prepare for cell division, the cell goes through interphase, which can be divided into 3 distinct phases. During G1 or gap1 phase, all the organelles and cytoplasmic components, including the centrioles in animal cells, replicate. Then during S or synthesis phase, the DNA replicates. Finally, during G2 or gap2 phase, all the enzymes needed to aid in the process of cell division are produced. Most eukaryotic cells spend a great deal of time in interphase, and a very short period of time actually dividing, a process called mitosis. The cell is now ready to go through mitosis, which consists of prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. During prophase, the chromosomes condense and become visible, appearing as 2 sister chromatids held together at the centromere. The cytoskeleton disassembles as the spindle begins to form. In animal cells, centrioles play an important role in the distribution of the chromosomes in the dividing cell. The centrioles migrate to opposite poles, establishing a bridge of microtubules called the spindle apparatus, and the nuclear envelope breaks down. Towards the end of prophase, chromosomes attach, by proteins in their centromeres called kinetochores, to microtubules from each pole, moving the chromosomes toward the equator of the cell. During metaphase, all chromosomes are aligned at the equator of the cell, called the metaphase plate. Anaphase begins with the degradation of proteins that hold sister chromatids together, freeing individual chromosomes. The free chromosomes are then pulled by their kinetochores to opposite poles. At telophase, a cleavage furrow forms in the center of the cell. This indentation is made from a constricting belt of actin filaments surrounding the inside of the cell's circumference. Chromosomes cluster at opposite poles and begin decondensing as the nuclear envelope reforms around them. The spindle apparatus disassembles as the microtubules are broken down into tubulin monomers that can be used to form the cytoskeleton of the daughter cells. In animal cells, cytokinesis completes cell division by extending the cleavage furrow to completely separate the newly formed daughter cells. Since plant cell walls cannot be constricted by actin fibers, vesicles form an expanding membrane partition called the cell plate. Like animal cells, plant cells use cytokinesis to finish the division of the contents of the cytoplasm between the 2 identical daughter cells. During the cell cycle, certain checkpoints are encountered to make sure the process is occurring accurately. And if it is not, the cell cycle will stop at the checkpoint and correct, or possibly inhibit that cell from dividing. The first checkpoint is the G1S checkpoint, and is considered the primary point at which the cell cycle continues or stops. External signals and growth factors can influence the cell cycle and affect the progress at or before this critical checkpoint. The G2M checkpoint allows cells that have successfully completed all 3 phases of interphase to begin mitosis. The last checkpoint is the spindle checkpoint, ensuring that all chromosomes have attached to the spindle in preparation for anaphase. Growth factors, the size of the cell, and the nutritional state of the cell are all contributing factors in cell cycle regulation, ensuring that only certain cells divide at appropriate times. Once all the checkpoints in interphase are cleared, mitosis can occur. From interphase to cytokinesis, the entire process of cell division can take on average 10 to 20 hours in a typical plant or animal cell. Depending on the nature and use of the cell, the process can happen at different frequencies as well. In humans, our skin cells have a high turnover rate due to wear and tear and go through mitosis very frequently, whereas other cells, such as adult neurons and muscle cells, rarely divide. The accuracy of mitosis, as well as the consistency of the checkpoints during interphase, ensure that most cells in a eukaryotic organism can produce identical copies of themselves. This process allows for growth and repair to prolong overall physiology as well as life itself.
mitosis. In this module, you will learn about mitosis. Mitosis is a process of cell division that makes possible regeneration of body parts. To elaborate, mitosis is the separation of nuclear chromosomes into two identical daughter nuclei. It is divided into four key phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. An additional phase called cytokinesis occurs after the complete nuclear division. Before a dividing cell enters mitosis, it undergoes a period of growth and rest. This period is called interphase. In interphase, the genetic material of a cell increases. Prophase. During prophase, the chromatin condenses and becomes short and thick to form chromosomes. Each chromosome has two sister chromatids joined together at the centromere. The nucleolus disappears and the nuclear membrane starts to break down. The centrosomes, each with a pair of centrioles, move apart to the opposite poles, forming a spindle between them. Metaphase. During metaphase, microtubules of the spindle interact with chromosomes. This causes the chromosomes to move and align along the middle of the cell or the equatorial plate. Sister chromatids are held at the centromere, confirming the presence of protein structures called kinetochore at the surface. The kinetochore holds the chromosomes and attaches them to the spindle. Anaphase. During anaphase, the sister chromatids separate at the kinetochores, and the daughter chromosomes, along with the divided centromere, move towards the opposite poles as the microtubule shortens. The poles of the spindle also move apart and help to separate the chromosomes. As the chromosomes separate completely into two sets, one at each pole, anaphase is considered complete. Telophase. During telophase, the daughter chromosomes arrive at the pole and the chromatin starts to decoil. Also, the nuclei reform along with nucleoli. This triggers the reformation of the nuclear membrane. Cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is the partition of the cytoplasm. In animals, a cleavage furrow appears in the plasma membrane, which deepens and divides the cytoplasm into two daughter cells, each containing a nucleus. In plants, new cell wall formation is triggered at the center of the cell by the formation of a cell plate. The cell plate grows outwards till it meets the existing wall, resulting in two daughter cells. In this module, you have learned mitosis is the process of separation of nuclear chromosomes into two